Today we got a film study of a jetted tub removal. Let's break down some film. Hey everyone, welcome to the first ever film study breakdown video. Make sure to like the channel, make sure to subscribe, leave a YouTube comment. Let me feel the love. Anyways, let's dive right into this breakdown. There was a lot of uncommon issues with this tub that you wouldn't normally see. So this video is going to be breaking down a lot more of the issues on the front side as opposed to the procedural installation, everyday stuff. So the first big issue right away is the tile footprint measures around 36 inches, 37 inches, I think it was. But this corner over here measures around 31 inches, 31 and a half. So if I put in a normal size shower pan, it's not going to cover past this corner because we want our product to look like it's always been there. And so that's what size base is supposed to be in there. That's what size tub is in there right now. But since they have built this enclosure, it makes the scarring on the floor much wider than what the footprint of the actual shower should be. The only other option we have is to take this corner and you would build this corner forward with 2x4s. And then once it's built forward with 2x4s to a certain distance, let's say it's a 36-inch base that would cover the scarring on the floor, you would build your 2x4 wall forward to 37 and a half inches and sheetrock all the way around it. Everyone says, yeah, that's what I want. I want a bigger base, and they want the base to cover the flooring because they want a bigger shower. But on the approach from the door to the shower, it would look very abnormal to see a wall built forward right here, and it would close the distance from the wall to the vanity. So what you actually want to do is just stick with the correct shower base size, put it inside the original footprint that it should have been, and then lay new flooring. Well, this customer didn't want to purchase flooring at the time, so what I did is I took this tile on the front of the tub and was able to get it to come off in one piece. So I was able to later, at the end of the job, cut this tile and lay it on the floor. And once the tile is dry, you grout it and color match grout, and that's a temporary fix for her, as opposed to her having to spend another how many ever dollars to lay new floorings in her bathroom, which she's going to. She just doesn't want to do it right now. In the rear of the tub, away from the drain, there's going to be a motor that plugs into an outlet. That outlet runs all the way to your breaker box, and it's going to be a 15 amp breaker. So if you have any interest in removing one of these tubs, you're probably going to have to hire an electrician, unless the installer knows what he's doing, of course. And the same goes with if you want to install a jetted jacuzzi tub that has heaters. That takes two 20 amp breakers, and it also has to be on its own outlet as well. Hey guys, if you're enjoying this film breakdown, be sure to check out the jetted tub 2-minute drill where I turn this jetted tub into a shower in just over 2 minutes. Back to the film study. The next thing I thought was very interesting was their plumbing, so let's talk about it. The very bottom fitting that they have on their plumbing is a fitting that transitions from copper to PEX pipe, and there's a band that you'll see around the PEX pipe, and that's a compression band. And what that band does is it tightens up around a fitting that goes on the inside of the PEX pipe, and it tightens up and it crimps it on the interior of the PEX pipe so that it can never jiggle loose. So the less amount of fittings you have, the better. And as we look at this, you can see the transition fitting that they use from copper to PEX. And then they also have a PEX to PEX water shutoff, a PEX to PEX coupling, and then a PEX to FEMO threaded fitting that goes onto the valve. Just in this one run alone, there's 2 unneeded fittings, and it's the same thing on the other side. Now, as we go up to the shower riser, you're going to see that they have a coupling here, and then they also have another shark bite fitting here to transition from PEX to copper, which is also two more unneeded fittings. So in total, there's 6 unneeded fittings that are in this plumbing that all could spring a leak, and they're completely unneeded. In the words of John Gruden, that shit pisses me off, man. Knock on a grease board if you're with me. And then something else that's very odd and abnormal with this is if you look at the valve, everything is either compression or it just threads on. But if you look at the backer that the valve is laying on, it's burnt, which indicates that it's been soldered. So it clearly is not the original valve because nothing on the valve that is currently in place has ever had fire to it, and you have to have fire to solder. It's very common when someone solders that they burn the backside of the valve backer because they have to solder it in place. So having a burnt backer here is completely out of the ordinary. It is a clear indicator that this is not the original valve, and there's other indicators that I'll get to here in a second. But first, just imagine you go to turn on your tub spout, and as your tub spout is pouring down water, it's also coming out of your shower head. When you use PEX pipe going down to a tub spout, it condenses down the inner diameter of the pipe, which allows the pipe to build up too much pressure, and it will eventually build up enough pressure to creep up the shower riser, and eventually it will start spraying water out of the shower head. So if you have, or if you know someone that when they run their tub spout and the water's coming out of the tub spout and the shower head at the same time, it's because the tub spout is most likely PEX pipe. Back to the leaky pipes. So as we come up here, we can see there is a piece of sheetrock that is cut out at the bottom of this wall right here. And then followed along with that, there are 2 water shutoffs installed. If we continue to go up the line, there is a piece of sheetrock as well cut out just in behind of the valve. And if we look at our 3 crimp fittings, they're just within inside range of the sheetrock that was cut out on the back side. So to paint a picture here, the on-off valve at some point was leaking. This is what I think happened. The on-off valve at some point was leaking, so they cut a little rectangle at the bottom of the wall, shut off the water to the house, cut the original white lines, put in the water shutoffs on the blue PEX pipe, attached the blue PEX pipe to the white lines, and then they went up the wall on the back side, cut the square in the back side of the wall, cut the original white lines that the blue lines are attached to now that have the water shutoffs on them, and they built their valve outside of the wall with the female threaded fittings that go onto the valve, and then they simply attached the valve to the PEX pipe that was originally there and crimped it on to fix the leak. And then after all that, they got that valve in there and they said, oh shit, how are we going to secure the tub spout? And so they just strapped it from behind with the plumbing strap. It's highlighted in yellow. Last thing I want to hit on this bathroom breakdown film study edition is bar soap. I've done several drains, several jobs, several drains that look like this, and I always ask the homeowner if they use bar soap, and every time they say yes. This is what bar soap will do to your drains. I believe, I mean, just in my opinion, if you don't have to use bar soap, don't, because your drain's supposed to look like this, and this is what it will do to it. Hey everyone, thanks for making it to the end of the video. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. If you want to see more of these film breakdowns of bathrooms that I remodel, make sure you hit the like button, hit the notification bell, because I'm going to be uploading more of them. Be sure to check out my other series where I remodel bathrooms. Around 2 minutes it takes me, and we call that series the 2-minute drill. So if you haven't already, like, subscribe, leave a comment, show your dad, show your brother, show your mom, show your auntie. I'm out, y'all. It's bedtime. Make sure to follow me on TikTok, Bathroom Badass. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss a video.